he comes to you because he trusts you. But at the same time, if you're putting a bunch of money into one property, you have a little bit of risk because it's all your money's in one investment. Whereas the mortgage fund is spread out over several properties.
Sure.
So tell me how the fund works and why it's maybe a little safer and what the pros and cons are of it.
Well, the fund works kind of like the Easter egg basket, right? You invest in the basket, and the basket collects a bunch of eggs, or similar to like a mutual fund. Only all of the investments are loans secured by real estate. So you invest in a fund, and the fund then buys a bunch of different investments. Those investments provide a return or interest income to the fund, and the fund then distributes monthly, either through growth or through cash flow to the people that hold interest in the fund. The value of the fund is in the mitigation of your risk, that you are not tied to specifically one trust deed. You have an investment in a fund that has several trust deeds. For instance, maybe we have 20 trust deeds in our fund, and when one of those borrowers stops paying, 19 of them continue to pay. So you continue to get paid as a result of the diversification and the multitude or the number of different people who are paying you. So that's a big advantage. Another advantage is the liquidity of a fund compared to the liquidity of an individual investment. In an individual investment, there's one source of liquidity, and that is the sale of that one trust deed. In a fund, for instance, again, on the fund that has 20 trust deed investments, there's 20 opportunities to get liquid through payoffs or sale of those assets. So there's lower risk through diversification. There's higher liquidity because there's more assets to liquidate should you want out. And the consequence is you get about a 1% less return on a fund investment than you do on an individual trust deed. The difference between on the pro side of the individual trust deeds is you generally get to pick what trust deeds you want individually. You can say, I like this one, but I don't like that one. And you may not like, of the 20 loans that are in the fund, you may not like 15 of them, but you got the other 5 because you don't get to pick every single one of them. And in the individual trust deed, you can pick and choose each individual trust deed.